Hi, welcome back to HATV on the road. I'm Paul Malkmus.
And I'm Ann Malkmus.
And again, we're here in Delta, Utah, out here in this beautiful countryside. And you know, it's been a blast out there in the field.
Oh.
I mean, it's hard to believe. This is almost 2,000 pounds worth of grass.
It's barley.
It's barley. And it's fresh out of the field. And here we're at the processing facility. And we're going to go inside and see how they turn this grass into BarleyMax.
It takes multi-steps. It takes a lot of testing, a lot of hands, and a lot of water.
And I tell you what, that's beautiful barley on the other side. So come on, let's go have a look.
After it's harvested, we transport the bales to our facility. The bales are broken and fed into a wash tank that contains organic surfactant and peracetic acid, which is essentially hydrogen peroxide and vinegar. And it goes through this wash tank. It spends several minutes tumbling around in this wash tank, and then it travels up a conveyor belt where the soap and the peracetic acid is rinsed off. It goes into an additional tank that has water jets that tumbles around, and that's essentially a second rinse stage. Then it feeds out onto a conveyor belt with additional rinse nozzles for a third rinse phase. When we harvest the grass, we do what we can to avoid bruising it. And so even though our system, it looks big and the grass is moving through there very quickly, it's actually very carefully designed to not bruise the grass, and so that we can keep those fresh qualities as much as possible. Now once we crush the cells and we juice it, nature is designed for that juice to break down and starts digesting itself because it has all the live enzymes that nature has provided. And so we chill the juice very quickly and then we dry it to a powder. And the drying part of this is also extremely important because drying is where many of the foods we eat and the dietary supplements that we eat, they're dried at temperatures that destroy the enzymes, temperatures that break down the natural nutrition that we're after. It is dried where the product reaches a maximum temperature of 106 degrees Fahrenheit and for a duration of 2 minutes. Before we harvest, we pull frequent samples. We take it to the lab, we analyze it for chlorophyll. That is our marker nutrient, because we found out if the chlorophyll's up, so is the protein, and so are beta carotene and many of the nutrients we're after. And so we'll run a frequent analysis as the crop is getting close to where we think it needs to be harvested. And when those analyses tell us it's time to go, we've got to be ready. So this ambient temperature drying process allows us to preserve the natural qualities of fresh juice. The end result is a powder that can be mixed back into water and is virtually identical to fresh juice. That's our goal, to get it from the field to a dry powder as quickly as possible without any form of degradation. Our bodies are designed to eat food that is grown in natural soil. And whenever we alter that, whenever we try and replace what happens naturally with, either grown in a tray or even hydroponics, we're taking shortcuts and we're losing nutrients that we don't yet understand. In BarleyMax, you've got product that has been harvested and dehydrated to a stable powder in a very, very short period of time. In produce, the produce you're going to find in a store, many of that produce was harvested at minimum days, sometimes weeks or even months before you eat it. And so you're getting a fresher product. I think, wow, we really did a great job here. When you take the fresh juice and you take the reconstituted powder and you taste them and you taste the other and you taste them again and you're not sure which is which, I'm like, yes, we did it.
Wow, that was really a neat process, seeing how BarleyMax was made.
I had no idea the intricacies and all the detail it takes to create the BarleyMax that we drink every day.
Did you see all that water? I mean, the cleaning process is so thorough. And you know, not only is it clean, but then it's rinsed and then rinsed again.
Yes.
And it's really just wild to see how much care is taken in making sure that we have a clean, pure product.
And throughout many of the processes, they actually take samples and they test it again and again before it finally turns into the powder.
And they're testing it for not only are they testing it for like chlorophyll, but they're also testing it for pathogens to make sure that nothing is getting through.
That's right. It has been quite an experience here.
So, you know, I don't know about you, but I have a much greater appreciation for that BarleyMax powder. When we open the jar, it's like we understand fully what goes through the whole process to make it from the field to that product.
I always knew that the fields were incredibly rich and nutrient dense. I just had no idea that that wasn't alone. There's so many other steps involved to make BarleyMax something that is so well worth our time drinking it.
It's a great process, and they do a good job out here. And you know, starting with that pure air and ending up with that pure product, it's really neat. So I don't know about you at home, but we definitely appreciate the BarleyMax, what it does for our bodies, how it nourishes and really replenishes the nutrients that we have within us. And we make sure that we have BarleyMax every day, and I hope you do too. Until next time, this is AM and PM on the road with HATV.